After 40 years of spinning discs, have CD players actually improved? Today we find out for ourselves. Let's get one thing straight before we dive into the subject. A CD player will always be as good as the recording you are playing. So if your CD was mastered terribly, then it's not the CD player's fault. The only reason I want to reiterate this is because I have come across some dreadful recordings that make CD players just sound god-awful, and I don't want to put that much blame on the player since it's at the mercy of the recording and mixing and mastering. Now that we get that out of the way, let's continue. To answer the question about whether older or newer CD players sound better, there's no definitive answer because there are so many variables to consider. Over the last 40 years, hundreds of manufacturers have made both amazing and complete shit players. To truly determine which sounds better, we'd have to examine all the old ones and see which ones can last a test of time and were creatively designed to outperform today's innovations. That would be a lot of work. I'm going to try and write out a list of players from the 80s and beyond that have the stamp of approval from all of you and some from me. So to make my job easier, since I will do my best to source as many models as possible, could you please list your favorites in the comments for me below and let me know what you think and why they're so awesome. Now, it's true that better DACs, more advanced error correction, reduced jitter, and upgraded output stages can lead to a better experience with new players. I recently had the chance to evaluate the Marantz CD60 and it was fantastic. Spoiler alert. Will it outperform the CD80 from the past though? I'd love to find out. But the CD80s are quite pricey, so it might not happen immediately. I'm eager to see why people rave about them though. Like many of you, I'm a CD fanatic who appreciates the physical collection and listening experience. The perfect CD player for someone could come from any generation. However, it's essential to remember that many highly regarded legacy players can still be expensive. For example, the Marantz CD80 can go for well over $1,000. On top of that, you might need to refresh or repair internal components since moving parts and electrical components can wear over time, potentially increasing the overall cost. Now, it is true that some older components from the 80s were built with high quality materials and robust construction, which can make them more durable compared to some of the modern components made with cost-cutting measures in mind, cheap shit. It truly boils down to engineering, materials, and manufacturing processes used on both ends of the spectrum. On the other hand, if you purchase a new player with a warranty, you have some peace of mind, at least for the warranty period. But it's worth noting that the build quality of components may not be as bulletproof as they used to be. Finding the right CD player is a personal journey that depends on your budget, preferences, and willingness to search for the perfect fit, regardless of its age. Now, if you're convinced and want to find a used CD player, you could start by checking online platforms like Macquarie, eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. Local classifieds, thrift stores, and garage sales or estate sales are also good places to look. Don't forget to join audio forums or communities and check specialty audio stores for used equipment. Some of them have that. You can even ask friends and family if they have a CD player that they're willing to part with. You never know. When buying a used CD player, make sure to ask about its condition, request pictures and videos, and test it in person if at all possible. Do some research on the model to ensure it has the features and sound quality you are looking for. If they are older, they will more than likely have reviews written by some incredible reviewers of the past. Finally, keep in mind the potential costs of repairs or replacement parts when evaluating the overall value. By exploring these options and being diligent, I am sure you'll be able to find a used CD player that suits your needs and budget. Now, if you want a brand fresh new one, then the process is slightly different. Start by checking out online retailers like Amazon, Best Buy, or Crutchfield, where you'll find a wide selection of models from various brands. Don't forget to visit the websites of your favorite boutique audio brands as well, as they might have an exclusive deal or some hidden gems, you never know. You can also visit local electronic stores or specialty audio shops to see and test CD players in person. These locations should have a knowledgeable staff who can help you find the perfect model for your needs. However, always take many of their claims with a grain of salt because you never know which ones are just honeydicking you.
You honeydicking?
Just to buy new so that way they can make some commission. Before making a purchase, do some research on the features and sound quality of the models you're interested in. Read reviews from people like me who actually genuinely give a shit about the CD culture and want to see it thrive. By checking out reviews, you can get a sense of how the CD player performs and if it would be a good fit for you. Lastly, consider your budget and any additional features like high-res audio support or network streaming capabilities. Since many manufacturers are now integrating those features inside of CD players. Not sure how I feel about all that yet, but it makes things a bit easier since one device can just rule them all. I honestly hope this helps you all who are diehard CD fans and want what's best for you and your system. As always, if you have any questions, the comment section is open, or you can visit me on Patreon or Discord to communicate with me as well. If you enjoyed this video, I would like for you to steal the like button's dog.
Just a dog.
Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, I will see you on the next one. Take care.